What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush. Let's talk Jets on a Monday where everybody's pretty much disappointed after a frustrating loss yesterday to the Vikings. The Jets had ample opportunity to win the game, and they come up short. They're sitting at 7-5. They're still playing meaningful games in December. They're still in the playoff mix. They got some help yesterday with the Chargers losing, the Dolphins losing, everything else, but they're going to have to find a way to win 3 games, and it will not be easy because they're playing quality teams, and you can't assume anything. Like, everybody wants to assume, oh, the Lions game will be easy, the Jaguars game is going to be easy. Nothing is ever easy, so you got to find a way to win 3 games at least to make the playoffs. But the one strange thing that I've been dealing with all day yesterday and tonight, or not tonight, today, is all this Mike White hate, all the Mike White criticisms, and it's just absurd. So I've been getting comments from New York Jets fans that they're hoping for Mike White to play poorly and lose so Zach Wilson can get back in the game. So as a fan, you want to see your team lose when you're in the middle of a playoff mix to see Zach Wilson come back. Then there's some that say, you know what, I hope the Jets don't make the playoffs just so they learn their lesson about Zach Wilson. Well, how is that? Like, as a fan, you're willingly saying you don't want to make the playoffs to prove a point about your quarterback. And then they're saying, you know, I can't believe you guys are supporting him. Like, at what point do you want to just sit back as a fan, watch your team, root them on, and hope that they win, and just see improvement and development and everything else? Okay, and whatever happened to rooting for the underdog? Like, how do you not like the Mike White story in general, just as a fan? Like, the kid's easy to root for. The team honestly likes him. Like, they've rallied around him for the second time. They did it last year as well. They're wearing his shirts. They're all fired up. You see the comments from Garrett Wilson, and people are still hating on this kid. Like, why do you hate a quarterback? Now, when Zach Wilson was playing, we all supported him. We gave him the benefit of doubt. We wanted to see him succeed, and he didn't. And they rightfully benched him. I wish they benched him in the third quarter of the Patriot game. They didn't, but here we are. Mike White comes in. He wins the game. And yesterday, if you weren't a Jets fan fired up going into the game, I don't know what you're doing. But the first half was rough for everybody. Third down defense was bad. Bad passes, drop passes, bad penalties. It was a sloppy first half. But then the Jets were down, what, 17-3? Then it was 17-6. Then as a team, they were galvanized. They came back and they were scratching and clawing and had several chances to win the game. They didn't give up. They relied on the quarterback. Mike White did a lot of really good things. And if you don't want to acknowledge that, I don't really understand it. Is he perfect? No. Is everybody perfect? No. Is it only his 5th start? Like, it's so funny how everybody wants to compare Mike White to, well, Mahomes would do this, or Josh Allen would do this, or Zach Wilson would do this. First of all, Zach Wilson wouldn't do a lot of things Mike White did. Mike White gives this team the best chance to win right now. That's a fact. If you don't want to acknowledge it, you're just a hater and you want to be ignorant. He gives you the best chance to win, and he should play the rest of the season unless he gets hurt. So that's the first thing. But it's his 5th start. Now, let's keep in mind, he wasn't getting first-team reps all preseason. He wasn't getting first-team reps throughout training camp. He wasn't getting first-team reps the first, 12 weeks of the season? He's being thrown into action, and the team is learning on the fly with him. You're learning chemistry. You're learning what the offense can and cannot do. You're learning what he can and can't do on the fly in the middle of a playoff mix. And you're going to sit here when the team gets almost 500 yards of offense and shred this kid and shit on him? For what reason? To make yourself feel good? Because I'm a Zach Wilson guy. How about being a New York Jets fan? How about support your goddamn team? And why is it so important to just be so negative about everything? The Zach Wilson ship for right now is sailed. And at the end of the year, you figure it out. Hopefully he comes back better than ever, wins the job, and we move on. In the meantime, if you catch lightning in a bottle with Mike White, and he ends up being the guy, guess what? You have a quarterback. Isn't that the goal? The goal of this year is to find a quarterback. If you're finding one now, whether it's White, Wilson, I don't care if it's Big Bird, Oscar the Grouch, I don't give a shit who it is. I'm going to support him, and I hope the Jets find it. Find me the guy that helps this team win. And right now they think it's Mike White. And that's fine. Like, I genuinely don't understand what all this divide and all this, all these different things. Like, it's his 5th start. He wasn't perfect. There's a lot of mistakes. And the funny thing is, if Berrios makes that catch, Jets Nation will call Mike White a hero. Oh, my God, he came back. He did this. He rallied the team, all this. He's one catch away from being that. But also, you have to look at it didn't happen and he made some mistakes. But I just don't, why is all this, hostility, all this negativity? I'm just over it. I can't even deal with it. Zach would do this. No, I don't care. Zach's not playing. So Mike White is playing. And I'm going to continue to support him. I hope he plays well in Buffalo. And if he doesn't play well in Buffalo, guess what? I start him the following week as well. because this team is rallying around him. And again, like I keep repeating myself, best chance to win, period. So if you don't want to embrace it, then I don't know. Maybe like reevaluate how you handle your football Sundays or something. Like, it's supposed to be fun, man. We haven't been in the mix in forever. And like to be like this negative where it's like, all right, listen, it's a setback. But I hope he comes out and plays lights out in Buffalo. Yes, he played poorly against Buffalo last year. He didn't have Garrett Wilson last year, who obviously he has chemistry with, who had a monster game yesterday. Then you're seeing the emergence of Zonovan Knight. Like, why not just get this shit together and let's move forward and just be excited for the guy instead of having this divide? I genuinely don't understand it.